This is a Kenworth W900L model with a 60-inch flat-top sleeper set up as a triaxle pulling a tandem axle polar deep drop center tanker trailer. DCP by First Gear, 1/64 scale die cast, and its ages 14 and up. Its item number is 60-1806, and it's for TCT number 103. And guys, there was a twin to this, and it is just slightly different. The parts on this one that are purple are teal on the other truck. It's got teal fenders and teal cap on the cab and on the sleeper, and the fenders are teal. The frame is still there, and I will show a picture of it a little bit later. But for now, let's open this one up. And oh, if you don't know what a polar deep drop tank trailer is, I will throw in a little clip here shortly to show you exactly what it is and tell you exactly what this trailer is for. It has the extra set of mirrors up there, and overall it's a great packaging, taped together so when you open it, it doesn't fall out. That is really cool. If you find one that hasn't been taped and you pull it out and you're expecting to be taped, thump, and your nice expensive model has been broken. And yes, while supplies last, this one and its twin are still available on my website. Now let's cut this tape so we can get it out and actually review this model, because I've only ever talked about one other polar deep drop center tanker, and that was for Lone Wolf Petroleum. But I spent most of the video actually talking about Lone Wolf Petroleum as opposed to the tanker. I reviewed it, and I'll throw up the link up there. And I got another video coming because DCP released another one with a Peterbilt 379 or 389 pulling it. And I will talk extensively about polar trailers on that video. So subscribe so you don't miss it. And here it is out of the package. All hooked up. Isn't that fancy? Man, they went quite a ways. They did a really nice job on this truck. The paint scheme is not overly fancy, but it's fancy enough with the purple on the fenders, on the roof cab, the sleeper cab, and the fenders back here for the rear wheels. They did do the triaxle, which we see actually quite often nowadays, but not terribly common for DCP. Most of them are tandems on these W900s, but we do see quite a few triaxles. It is a pusher axle, and you can see it has a smaller single wheel on the lift axle instead of a set of duals. We have chrome steps, chrome fuel tanks, chrome exhaust, chrome mirrors, chrome breather, chrome 10-hole wheels, duals on the rear, soft rubber tires, and single on the pusher, and then it has positionable steering. Now the lift axle here doesn't actually raise and lower, it's just a nice axle. Because of that, we don't have the drive shaft that connects from the transmission to the rear differential, but we do have the differential going to the second axle, so we get powered axles but no power to them. We have bottom of the transmission here painted in silver and bottom of the engine in black. This does have an opening hood. It has a black motor with a red cap, so it could either be Cummins or a Packard engine. This depends. Could also be just custom painted. We have a Kenworth logo tampoed right down here. We have some marker lights down here on a little hot stamped piece. This is all hot stamped chrome, so it looks like chrome. Grab handle there. They tampoed the door handle there. They painted the intake pipe here black, and then it's silver all under the hood instead of chrome. They chromed the little visor piece that covers that pipe, and they chromed the breathers. Mirrors are chrome plated, chrome visor, chrome roof mounted air horns, and they are the rectangular style instead of the round style. It has 5 roof lights, which are silver with a little orange tampoed on top to make them look like they have the amber lenses. It has pretty traditional style muffler with the heat shield on it and then little turns to the back on the tailpipes. Really nice detail. Now the exhaust disappears under the cab and you don't see it under the engine. Round on the front, we have extra marker lights running straight across the bottom of the bumper, individual jewel style headlights. W9s have box style turn signals mounted on the corners of the fenders, and they are chrome pieces, and then they tampoed them with a little bit of orange for the turn signal. Beautiful red tampo of the Kenworth logo right there. Then bars for the grills, all chrome plated, and then it looks like it's kind of hollow in the back, because it really is. There's a actual photo etched metal piece on the back that is a little bit hollow. I mean, the holes are teeny tiny, but it does give the appearance of it being hollow just like the real one. There is a Kenworth logo on both sides of the hood and a number of 103 painted in purple that matches the fenders, because this is truck number 103. It has a 60-inch flat top, which is not the Aero mid-roof. This is a flat top, so it looks like it's a box added behind the cab instead of integrated with the cab. There's a window on each side, toolbox. It also has 3 marker lights there on a hot stamped piece to make it look like it's chromed. Fuel tanks, steps, super nice looking truck. Little window there. Full detailed interior with steering wheel and seats, plus a full dashboard on it. Coming to the back, we have TCT, Garden City, Kansas. That's where the trucking company's from. It's tampoed on the back of the sleeper. It's not on the sides. Nowhere else are there markings for who this is. It has Kenworth branded mud flaps with diamond tampoed in silver for the diamond weights hanging on the mud flaps on the back of these fenders. It has brake lights and backup lights. Fifth wheel is plastic and it does pivot. Then there is a chrome deck plate. There's no pogo stick, and the deck plate doesn't go all the way to the sleeper. It is too short. It should have been a little bit longer, but that's the way they spec'd it. There's grab bars on the back of this sleeper and brake lights there, plus these little reflective markers. All in all, a great job on the tractor. It's sedate. It's not overly ornate, so it makes a really good looking truck. Now let's look at the trailer. And that's what's really cool. We don't have a whole lot of these. Like, we were all asking for a deep drop center trailer, but we didn't really get much. Now I'll talk about exactly what this trailer is and why they have it.
The real Polar trailer is designed to haul really thick or very viscous liquids. This trailer has a horizontal top, but unlike traditional tankers, this one has on the bottom a significantly visible slope to the center. From either end down to the middle drain, the trailer has a 30% drop to the outlet.
Now that we know what this trailer is for, let's look at the model. It is a die-cast trailer. The tank, though, is plastic. That makes chrome plating the tank very easy. They also offer them painted in silver, and they did the same run. There was a green, yellow, and black. It was almost John Deere green and yellow, and it had a silver painted one to go with it instead of a chrome plated one. This one here, though, is chrome plated. They ran the DOT striping down the center of the tank on the side, and you can see they split it with each band. Now, these tanks often are banded on the outside for extra support. Now, I have seen where they've painted these bands in black, and they've also done one where it was very smooth. There were no bands at all. So it just depends. There must be 2 different tanks for this tooling for these bands because they're molded into the tank. The marker light there. These tankers have 1 outlet point right there in the center because it is for the viscous material, just one material. They're not compartmentalized for that. They probably have baffles, but they might not even have that simply because it's high viscous material. However, being a plastic tank, don't let it fool you. This trailer is actually still pretty heavy because these back fenders, this whole mass back there, and the axles and the air ride, the suspension, brake canisters, all of this is die cast. So it adds a lot of weight. And the same for the front fenders up here and the front landing gear. Now, disappointment, this landing gear does not screw down like we're used to with DCP, because this is, if you read really closely, right over here, this is a copyright 2019 First Gear Inc., Peosta, Iowa, USA. This was made after DCP was bought by First Gear, and they did not put the screw down landing gear in it. DCP would have. I really wish they hadn't cheaped out, and I wish they had done that right, but they didn't. It has, these pieces are screwed to the tank just as the rear pieces are. Now we'll look on top. We have up here, check that out. Ain't that cool? We have the manhole on top, and then we have a vent up there. There's also a vent tube that goes down underneath, just like the real ones. On the back of this one, you can see it's chrome. You can see me reflected in the camera, but we have lights all the way around the cap on the tank, plus the 3 DOT lights that are actually molded in. These here are just little tampos, but these up here are actually molded into it and then tampoed over. We have the Polar logo there, and Polar on both of the mud flaps with the diamonds down here tampoed on. Also, on these front mud flaps up on the fenders, it also has the Polar logo with the diamond weight. Brake lights are tampoed in red there, and that is it. There is no placard or any other information on this one. Over onto this side, we'll tip it up just a little. We have right here, we have the hoses laying in this tray that follows kind of the contour of the trailer. And then we have the ladder so they can climb up. Plus there is the valve handle where we could drain the tank. Really, this is a simple tank. You fill it up there, it's got a vent and then a valve down here to let it go. It's nothing fancy. Then you got to vent them or else they'll collapse. But I think aside from the fact they did not put the landing gear that we're used to that screws down, they did a really nice job on this trailer. And even though it is plastic, it doesn't feel it. It actually feels like it's really heavy trailer. We have the Polar trailer logo on the front. There will be where your hookups are for your electric and your airlines. Really, all in all, a great looking piece. And as I said, there is a companion to it, which has, where these parts are purple, they're teal. And I'll put that picture back up so you can see it. Both still available on my website. And of course, I've got that other video coming on Polar trailers, so stay tuned, subscribe for that. Smash the like button for this video. And that is the 1/64 scale diecast. Diecast Promotions Kenworth W900L with 60-inch flat top sleeper, a triaxle version pulling a tandem axle Polar deep drop center tanker trailer. It is in purple and white with a chrome trailer for TCT of Garden City, Kansas. Tell me what you guys think of this. Drop it down in the comments below.